Hello students, our today's topic is voltage follower regulator. Let me draw the circuit diagram. See, this is your circuit. This will be your input supply voltage Vs. So here I can say there is a resistor. I have not drawn here, not written here. Then what else is remaining? The supply voltage. The supply voltage for op amp is nothing but the supply voltage of Vs. Okay, just like this. And this is our Vz voltage, the voltage across Zener diode. This is our D1 Zener diode. Okay, this will be plus, this will be minus. Understood? Now this is also this is called as voltage follower regulator. Voltage follower regulator, the most simple one. Here the op amp supply is one important point to remember is the op amp supply voltage. Here we will be having plus VCC minus VE, right? Plus VCC is connected to plus positive of Vs and minus VE connected to the minus, that is this one is grounded. Okay. Now one important equation I will be writing here. See here, op amp inverting input terminal is connected where? Just see, is connected to the output, right? See, here inverting input terminal is connected where? Where is this? Where is this point? This is our V0. See, so this point is directly connected to output. So I can write, therefore V0 output is connected to our inverting voltage terminal, right? Now I can also write this as V non-inverting. How is this? If, see here, if this V0 is appearing here, means this voltage is also available here. This is from your virtual ground concept. Virtual ground concept, what it tells? What voltage you have here is the same voltage what is present on the other terminal, right? So if I am telling you that the voltage at this terminal is nothing but the V0, then I can also write the voltage available here is also equal to this. This voltage is equal to this. So with this conclusion, I can write this, isn't it? So let this be your equation 1. Now one more statement I will write here. Op amp non-inverting terminal is connected to where the non-inverting terminal is connected? It is across the diode, which is that Zener diode, which is connected across Zener diode. So I can write that is V non-inverting voltage is also equal to Vz. I can write Vz is our voltage across Zener diode. Now with these two condition looking on to equation 1 and equation 2, finally I can write V naught is equal to what? If V naught is equal to V inverting, which is also equal to V non-inverting, then V non-inverting is equal to Vz. So ultimately I can write V naught equal to, yes, very good, Vz. V naught equal to Vz. So this is your important equation. And what is the voltage across Zener diode? A constant voltage. The job of Zener diode is to maintain a stable constant voltage, right? To maintain a regulated voltage. Hence we say the output voltage is equal to Zener voltage. Equal to Zener voltage. Okay. Now there are certain regulator performance parameters which you need to learn, and same parameters you will be using for calculating for solving the problems. Okay, for solving the problems. So let us have some of the performance parameters. Yes. So see this definition here. The performance. These are the performance parameters. The performance of a voltage regulator is usually defined in terms of line regulation, load regulation, and ripple rejection. Okay, we'll see one by one each of this. Yes, see, I have written a very important definition of line regulation here. Line regulation means it defines that it is the variations in the output voltage. See, for a delta V naught means for a small change in V naught, we also denote like this. Okay, the variations in output voltage that occurs when supply voltage Vs increases or decreases by a specified amount 10%. Means we know that input is, if this is your system, this is your regulator, the input voltage is Vs and the output is V naught, right? Line regulation means the variation that is taking place in the output voltage because there is a change taking place in the input side. Okay, so this change from output to input is called your line regulation. Okay, variations in output voltage because there is a variations happening in Vs, supply input voltage, that is it might be increasing or decreasing by a specified amount if it is within 10%. Fine. One simple formula we have to calculate this. Take down. Line regulation is calculated as a change in V naught, change in output voltage for plus or minus 10%. Plus or minus because it can increase as well as it can decrease, right? Plus or minus 10% of Vs change in the Vs means supply voltage, whole divided by V naught into multiplied by 100 will give you the line regulation in percentage. So I want you to remember this formula. This is how you will be getting line regulation. This is very important parameter. Okay. Now let us see another parameter, that is load regulation. Let me write. Yes. See the statement. Load regulation means when the load current changes from 0 to full load. When load current changes from 0 to full load means when the load is 0, what will be the current, and when the load is full, what will be the current. So this change in the load current will cause a change in the output voltage. Okay, so let me repeat. When the load current changes from 0 to full load, the output voltage V naught changes by an amount delta V naught. Delta V naught means a change in output voltage is caused because the load current is changing from zero load to full load. And what was our line regulation? Line regulation, it is the change in output voltage that occurs when the supply voltage, means supply side, when the supply side Vs change varies, increases or decreases. Okay, whereas here load regulation, it is at the load side. When the load changes from 0 to full load, it is the change which will cause output voltage to change. Okay, another equation for this, let me write. Therefore load regulation is given as change in V0 for change in IL, that is IL maximum, 0 to maximum, right? When load current changes from 0 load to full load, so 0 is left and maximum is written here. How to solve, we'll see by taking an example later on. So first I want you to understand these parameters first. Another one is remaining, ripple. I don't have space, I need to clean the board. Yes, this is your ripple rejection statement. Ripple rejection is a measure of how much the voltage regulator attenuates the supply voltage ripple. Means, see, if this is your output before regulator, before giving to DC regulator. Now, this is your Vs max and this is your Vs min. So, the variation in supply voltage from Vs maximum to minimum is called as VRS. This variation we call it as VRS. Okay, this keeps on varying before giving it to regulator. After giving it to regulator, it becomes state, right? Before giving it to regulator, what is your Vs status? Vs status is like this, which is varying. Okay, now the job of regulator is to remove these ripples, right? The job of regulator is to remove these ripples. To remove this regulator, we use the term called as attenuation. Attenuation means which removes, which subtracts. As I have told you, it is the opposite of your gain, right? It will reduce your output. So here it doesn't mean like it will reduce your V0. It does action such a way that these moving ripples will be clipped off, and it will maintain a constant voltage. So that is why your V0 voltage will be always less than your Vs minimum. Where is your Vs minimum? This is your Vs minimum. So this V0 will be lesser than this. Hope you understood, right? Let me explain you the circuit which is remaining. Now let me take you once again for this voltage follower regulator circuit, where the explanation of this circuit was pending, right? This I'll explain you this first. Yes. Now see here, this is your supply voltage. Rs is the resistance of your supply side, source side. Then we have a Zener diode here, connected such a way that the voltage across Vz is coming across non-inverting terminal, right? Now, two important things we have Q1 and C1. Here, capacitor C1 is of a large value. I have written here, capacitor C1 is of a large value. See, 50 micro to 100 micro. It's a very big rating, very big value, very big size. So this is to help your regulator such a way that this capacitor C1 will supply fast demands on regulator transients. So wherever there is a variations in the supply voltage, to compensate that variations, we will be using your capacitor here. Then we have a transistor Q1. The job of this transistor Q1 is to supply the load from your source side. Means here you will be having your load current, right? Your load current is here if there is a load connected. Now if this load current is very high, then you need to use your transistor Q1. Okay, if your load current is lesser than 25 milliamps, If your load current requirement is lesser than 2.25 milliamp, then you no need to have this Q1. You can eliminate this Q1 from your circuit. Okay. If your current is more than 25 milliamps, then you require to use a transistor for your safety. Okay. And what else is remaining? Yeah, I missed one value here. This is our R1, right? And the current which is flowing through R1 is IZ, correct? I can call it as IZ because this current is going into a VZ, right? Now let me write a design for this. Design. We know that how will you find the value of resistor R1? Yes, resistor R1. The current flowing is IZ. What is the voltage here? The voltage here is supply voltage minus VZ, right? Supply voltage is Vs. This voltage minus this voltage is the available voltage for R1. So I can write supply voltage minus the VZ voltage divided by current IZ. This is how you can get the value of R1. Okay. This is how you can get the value of R1. Some more things. Yeah, now see here. Let us do analysis for our circuit. We know where the supply voltage is, where the V0 is, where the resistor R1 is, and where the Zener diode is. Okay. Now see here, when supply voltage Vs changes at the input side, when input voltage varies slightly, the voltage across R1 varies, isn't it? Because we know that the voltage across R1 is Vs minus Vz divided by Iz, right? So when Vs changes across R1, the current Iz will also change, right? Current Iz will also change. Now if Iz changes, this causes slight change in Vz, right? Now see here, in this equation, when Vs varies, if Vs varies, this will affect your Iz, right? If Iz is affected, what is Iz? The current flowing across Zener diode. So if current flowing through Zener diode, if it varies, then the voltage across Vz also varies. Vz voltage also varies slightly. Okay. Now, and you understood that Vz varies. Now, we also have a statement here. Since V0 is equal to Vz, remember from where I have written this? Yeah, from the beginning. So, we also know that the voltage across Vz is nothing but the output voltage. So, if Vz changes, V0 also changes slightly. Okay. Now, how that change is given? The change in Iz is given as the change in Vs divided by R1, right? Yes, if this is your change in Iz, then change in Zener voltage is also given as, I will write this as change in Zener voltage. That is, I can write this as Vz equal to a change in Iz into Zz. What is Zz? Impedance. This is from Ohm's law, V equal to IR, right? So V equal to I into Z. So where Zz is Zener impedance. Zz is Zener impedance. Yes. So as V0, we know that V0 is nothing but Vz. Therefore, change in V0, I can change in V0, that is nothing but change in Vz. Change in V0 will happen for a change in Vz, which is nothing but change in Iz into Zz. Therefore, I can write change in V0 is nothing but change in Vs divided by Rn, right? We can write like this, isn't it? Into Zz. How I have written this? See, change in V naught is nothing but Iz into Zz, right? What is Iz? Change in Iz can be written as change in Vs by R1 into Zz. Same thing is written here. Okay. You need to keep this. Yeah. Where, this is very important, see, where change in Vs is equal to 10% of Vs, 10% of Vs. What is Vs over here? Vs is our supply voltage. Therefore, I can write from above equation, I can write line regulation equal to change in V naught for every 10% of change in Vs divided by V naught into 100. This will give you line regulation in percentage. Line regulation in percentage. This is how you get line regulation. So this is what the meaning of change in output voltage for every change in supply voltage. Similarly, we have load regulation, right? What is load regulation? Change in load current affects the output voltage, right? Change in load current causes a change in output voltage. So I can write change in load current also affects, so first it affects supply voltage, right? It affects supply voltage Vs. So I can write a change in load current will cause a change in Vs, that is delta IL into Rs. Rs is our source voltage, source resistance, right? Rs is our source resistance. So where change in IL is change in load current from 0 to maximum, 0 to maximum. Therefore, we can write change in Vs equal to IL maximum into Rs. See, 0 is 0, so we will be considering only IL maximum. So IL maximum into Rs will give you change in Vs. So finally, therefore, change in output voltage due to change in IL, load IL is, that is load current, is given as change in output equal to IL maximum into Rs into ZZ, okay, whole divided by R1, okay. Now finally I have to reach my load regulation, right? So load regulation is change in output voltage for change in load current from 0 to maximum. So 0 to maximum, so I have to write IL maximum by V naught into 100 into 100. So this is what your load regulation is. Last, ripple rejection is remaining. Ripple rejection, you already know what ripple rejection is. The supply ripple, I have shown you what we supply rejection we require to understand what is VRS voltage, right? The supply ripple, we call it as VRS. I have shown you what is VRS in the graph, right? When the input is varying between minimum to maximum limit, this variation is called as VRS. So ripple variation, the variations in the supply ripple, we call it as VRS. Okay, VRS can be treated like a supply voltage, that is, we can write output ripple voltage, VR naught. R naught means output ripple voltage equal to VRS into ZZ, okay, whole divided by R1. We can write in this form. Therefore, ripple rejection can be summarized like this: VRS divided by VR naught into 100%. Now you may be thinking why the ripple rejection is given in 20 log or in decibels. This is given in decibels. It is because, why did I take percentage here? This should be in decibel. Ripple rejection is given in decibel because this is the attenuation, right? This is attenuation, loss in your output, loss in your gain. The loss in your gain, as the gain is given in decibel, here attenuation is also given in decibels. Okay. Now with this, let me end our today's topic. Okay. So our today's topic is voltage regulator follower, right? Voltage regulator follower circuit. So let us solve one problem after this, then we'll go for another topic. Okay. Till then, thank you.